It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show, and it's going down. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn.
Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, and we have a great packed show for you guys tonight. I hope that you guys are remaining safe and sanitized. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Before we get into the show, I always like to start off with thanking my sponsors. The Chelley Roy Show is sponsored by Built on Survival Skills Apparel. We're also sponsored by Liquid Lipo, where you could lose up to a pound a day. For tips on how to become a boss, be sure to check out ShelleyBossUp.com. I also want to thank my makeup artist, Amber Singletary, and my photographer, Stephen Tucker. So you guys stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because we have several amazing and great authors here tonight, you guys. We have Mr. Dr. Eric Holmes, LaSonia Olden, and Mr. Miami Takeover himself, Mr. Wylie K. We'll be back after the break.
Do you or anyone you know have a business or a brand you want to promote? Would you like to be a guest or be a part of our studio audience? If so, contact us at thechelleyroyshow@gmail.com or contact us on Instagram at The Chelley Roy Show. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. I am here, or joined with me today is a award-winning author, best-selling author. You guys help me welcome Dr. Eric Holmes. Welcome, Eric.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Welcome, welcome. So listen, you have so many amazing and wonderful accolades. We're going to try and walk through as many of them as possible. So tell myself and the audience and the online viewers who Eric Holmes is and what's your story.
As everybody called me Dr. E, but of course on my birth certificate is Eric. So I'm just an humble servant who say yes. Originally from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Born and raised, went to school, went to college there. About 27 years ago, moved to, well, I come from a family of 8, 5 brothers, 2 sisters. And so moved to Maryland about 27 years ago.
Okay.
Started a career at Johns Hopkins Hospital where next month will be 24 years. And
Congratulations.
So,
yeah,
thank
give it up
you.
for him, guys.
Essential employee.
Everybody not able.
And
give it up.
It's an honor because
Amen.
I'm one of the only employees that have won every single award in the institution. So that is an
Really?
honor. Yeah, from
You
the
better go,
highest award,
Jesus.
Yeah, the highest award is the Edward Halley Award,
Yes.
which is awarded to one individual each year out of 24,000 employees.
Talk about it.
24,000.
Amen.
And so it's an honor, and I go to the best church on this side of Jordan, the Bethel Temple
Tell
Church.
everybody what the best church
Yeah, the
is.
Bethel Temple Church. Bishop Richard Pender and Lady Pender, who we just celebrated his birthday celebration yesterday, but been there 27 years.
Wow.
And so I'm honored to be there and just enjoy a life. My motto is live on purpose. So I'm just one who loves to travel, loves family, loves supporting everybody, encouraging everybody, but pushing others to be who they are and bringing out the greatness. And also I'm a certified life coach and direct.
Don't jump ahead. We're going to get into that because, like I said, you have some amazing accolades that we're going to try to walk through. But I love the fact that you are someone who actually practices what you preach. I love the fact that you support, like you said, you support others and you pour into others, which is a great attribute to have. So the other thing that I noticed that you say before we get into some of the other books that you've written, I know you speak about, you said something about success doesn't come overnight, it comes over time,
Right.
which I completely agree with that. But talk to me a little bit about your thoughts behind that.
One of the things is I was sitting in the academy, and one of the billionaires, Mr. Hoffman, said to me, as they were doing their session, a lot of times people want overnight success, but it doesn't happen. It happens over time. And we're trying to rush things. We're trying to get ahead of things. We want things that happen like a microwave. But if you just keep showing up, failure is part of the success.
Absolutely.
But it happens over time. That success will. A lot of people build a lot of things, not overnight, but over time. And so when you are not trying to rush the process, you'll have it longer.
It's
You won't
definitely
have
a
something
process.
prematurely and not be able to handle it.
Absolutely. It's definitely a process.
It is
and you
process
have
and
to
preparation.
endure. It's definitely preparation. And like you said, if you not only trust the process, but continue to do the work, that which you're actually passionate about,
Yes.
then it's not as bad. So no, that you definitely have to trust the process. So you have been awarded bestseller, best author. What is that feeling like?
It is a great feeling, humble experience, because when you put in the work,
Yes.
as I always say, you got to work the vision, build the brand, but when you put in the work, you got to work and build and work. And so you see the labor of the work, and you're more humble once you see what you have done and once you've seen what you have built.
Absolutely.
And that you continue to build on a foundation that was laid. And so it is an humbling experience that somebody's watching or somebody sees it, and it's more just the joy of knowing that somebody else has seen your work.
Right, and that you're also being impactful.
Yes.
You're being able to impart something that's inspiring into someone else. So that's really good too. So I also see and understand that you have published, I believe, 3 books I have here. The Power of the Seed,
Yes.
Soulful Affirmations, and next season is my due season.
Yes.
That's amazing. Those are great accolades, guys. You gotta give it up. And I'm sure there's more to come, right?
It actually is.
There's more to come.
I wrote to co-author 3 because it's Soulful Prayer Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Okay.
That is included, and someone, the co-authors of those. And so it is an amazing feeling. And then I have one in the works.
What's the one in the works called?
It's called How to Handle Patience and Endurance.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is really, because we are.
That is a good one. You definitely have to have those at the same time, simultaneously, actually.
You really
So,
do.
Yeah.
Because so many times the patience that we do not have, we don't want to endure the process, the
Yes.
preparation. And so many times they say, don't pray for patience, but you're going to need it. Because
Yes.
life will teach you that one way or another. And so with that, it helps us to endure the process. It helps us
I
to
agree.
stay in the race. And so you're going to need patience and endurance.
I agree, for sure. That's good stuff. Talk to me a little bit about my next season is my due season. Like, what was your thought process behind the contents of it, what went into it, and then the title?
The revelation of it was actually given when I got the first book, but yet it was 5 years later that it gave me the full revelation that I wrote it. And so it deals with understanding we cannot skip seasons. We must endure one season to get to the next, but it all goes back to preparation and process. We cannot skip any of it and try to jump ahead of it.
Preach.
Because even though we're in spring right now, summer starts next month, but we just experienced a whole lot of seasons within the last week, but we're still in spring.
That's
so
true.
you got to understand, you still got to endure the night season to get to the morning season. You got to endure one season to get to the next.
That is
but
so
with
true.
all of that, You got to go through process and preparation. You got to go through the endurance piece, but you cannot skip any of the process.
That's a great point. You definitely can't skip the process, and you definitely can't skip seasons. So that's a really, really good point. Talk to me a little bit about you being a life coach. What inspired you to become a life coach?
The passion was already there, because what's in you going to come out of you in the fullness of time. And so I'm always, whether it was on the radio show, whether it was in church, whether it was at work, some of the things the boards I'm on, I'm always impacting or trying to make an impact in the life of somebody else.
Yes.
And so when I finished Life Coach School of Arkansas, one of the things was, as the director of recruitment now, but I'm also pouring into other people, into the new coaches, and sharing with other people. And so I also have a coaching service. So making a difference in the lives of other people, just wanting to make a difference and impact, because somebody needs somebody to help guide them. All of us need somebody
Amen.
to help them develop, help them to get from one point to the next without getting stuck in the middle.
No, that's key, because that's our purpose. Once we figure out what the purpose is, to be impactful and to also help impart and help change someone else's life. So no,
Yes.
that's key. You definitely get that. I know when you and I were talking earlier, you were saying that, you had been so excited about the show. You had been talking to so many people. And I think one thing that stood out to me, you said that you were talking to your boss about it and people at work. So the fact that your job has been supportive in your journey, because oftentimes they both can't exist.
Right.
So how have you been able to successfully maneuver that? Because most of the time those two don't exist.
One, integrity and credibility and character. I always tell people it will take you a long way in life. And so
Sure.
when you show up for work, you got to know how to be that employee. You got to know how to balance. But no matter what task is given to me, I'm going to fulfill it.
Absolutely.
And showing up for work. I've been blessed in 24 years to have never been late for work, never called out from work.
Wow.
I've showed up.
Amen.
But
That
from
part,
the president
yes.
on down, I've developed solid relationships, and that is key. Everything, you're not going to like, but you got to go with it. You got to be flexible. Even with this whole pandemic, we shifted, we changed. You just got to be flexible. You got to show up, and you just got to do the work, because at the end of it all, the patient is the greatest responsibility that we have.
I agree, for sure. You definitely have to be able to endure,
Yes.
like you said, and then life is about adjusting. Once you figure that secret out, being able to adjust and adapt, because there's always going to be changes. So that's key, for sure. With the 3 books that you've written and the one that you're working on right now, what do you feel has been most challenging for you as a writer?
One of the things is, even going back to the first book, though it's been a lot of awards, it's been the 2020 Reader's Choice Awards for TCK Publishing, with all of the people that it has touched. One of the most challenges is when you're trying to make an impact, when you're trying to make a difference, sometimes it's the ones that you think may support, but then they don't.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you got to look beyond that, because your greatest really sometimes comes from those you may
Don't
not know. It comes from
Amen.
people
Yep.
that
Give
may
it up,
have not
guys. That is so
experienced.
true.
And so,
That is so true.
yeah, it's so true. And so sometimes it can be disheartening, but you got to look beyond that. You got to look at the greater concept. You got to look at it from another perspective. Look in each of these cameras and see it from a different angle.
Yeah.
And so my angle is, and my impact is, a greater audience. Who am I trying to target?
Absolutely.
Who am I trying to reach? And because it's in so many libraries, I just turn the page and turn the chapter.
There you go. I love that. And that is so key. I think all of us, can relate to that and experience that. I know for me, that's been a challenge, but like you said, my approach also is looking forward to basically reaching those viewers and those clients that I haven't met, because trying to reach out to your family and your friends, it can be, very disheartening, and it can be disappointing. So I agree with you.
It's definitely challenging, but
Yeah.
one of the things is, I have a t-shirt line that says, it's not personal, it's just purpose. You got to understand it's a purpose behind it. They may not understand the vision, the dream, or the goal. You got to just show up every day and continue to
That's
execute
true.
it.
That is so true. And that's true. I think that's another thing that I learned out of that as well, not really taking it personal, like you said, because I don't expect you to understand where it is I'm going because it's not your vision, it's my vision. So that's a good point. That's definitely a good point. Talk to me a little bit about your masterclass that you have. I know I read about your masterclass that you have.
The Power of the Seed Masterclass is near and dear because I have a workbook to it, which was the first book, The Power of the Seed. And I teach it a lot because so many people really don't understand how powerful the seed is, and it's just beyond not just money, but it's ideals, it's vision, it's hope, it's dreams. And so when I teach the Power of the Seed Masterclass, and because I study agriculture, because I studied the laws of the harvest, seed time and harvest, and Jewish history, it helps them to understand and know that even through the process and preparation, even through the seeding, the sowing, the planting, you cannot get stuck in the middle. You got to understand that the seed germinates through the underground process to get to the set time and season. But you got to know how to handle the middle process. We get stuck in the middle. You got to know how to make sure you don't get stuck in the middle of the process.
And that's hard
because if you get stuck, then the seed, you cannot germinate it. You got to water, you got to nurture your ideals, your vision, your dream. So when it gets to the set time and season, which is so critical, I want them to understand.
No, that's key because a lot of people get stuck. Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna work itself out.
No, that's key. That's very important. So is your master class, is that virtual, or how do you currently conduct your master class?
Before COVID, but now I do it virtual. Okay. So it's on Zoom. And once we really are fully open back up, I did a lot of teaching and stuff at the libraries, book signings, teaching classes. And so once that's opening back up.
So that's going to be rolling back out soon for anyone who's interested in taking your master class?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Before we get into going to your social media handles, do you have a website where would they go to sign up for the masterclass?
I actually, once they register, because I always do a flyer.
Okay.
I'm having a new website done.
Gotcha.
But I send them, but they have to pay for it because you cannot just send this link out to everybody to join.
Yeah.
But always make sure they have the email, all the information, and that way they can message. And for those I trust, I know they're going to do right by it. And so I'll just send them the link because, one, I have somebody monitoring it, and that way they're able to join.
Okay, that makes sense. So tell everybody where or what website or how they can go to purchase your books.
On Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. It is definitely on all of those. Go to Target website. The other one, Walmart. I just found that out that it's on one of the Hopkins sites, so I didn't know.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on so many of these sites, and I stumbled across it. I was looking for something in the book. Okay. And I happened to sign my book out of the library to get what I needed in the book.
How awesome is that?
It's amazing. So it's on all of those that they can find the books on.
That's great. Okay, well, quickly give everybody your social media handles so they'll know how to get in touch with you.
All right. On Facebook, it's Eric Holmes. Twitter, Dr. E. Instagram, IG is Dr.E_Holmes_. So you can reach me on all those. And LinkedIn, Eric Holmes. So definitely make sure you connect with all of those.
Yes. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to come hang out with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it, the time. Such an honor and humble to be on this amazing show. So thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Taking that for granted. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My next guest is a famous guy. He is known, yes, he is known all over, Mr. Wylie K, or AKA Mr. Miami Takeover. You guys help me welcome.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Wonderful.
Good, good. Why you look surprised when I said he's famous?
I don't see myself as that. You know what I mean? I see
So
myself as Wylie. Grew up Southeast DC. Regular old me. You know what I mean? So just being me. That's all.
That's the humble approach, and that's what most people would say. But listen, before we get into the whole how did you get started with the Miami Takeover, tell everybody who Wylie K is and what's your story.
Well, as you all know, I do the Miami Takeover. Right now, we are gearing up for you.
No, we don't want to talk about that yet.
You want to talk about that?
No.
Okay.
Tell me who you are.
Okay.
What's
Well,
your
that's what I am. Okay.
I know, but before we get there,
Okay. Well.
where'd you grow up?
Okay.
What's your history? What's your story? Then we'll get into the
Okay.
because we got so much to talk about.
Okay.
The parties,
Gotcha.
the weekend passes. Like we gonna get into that.
I got you. Well, I grew up in Southeast DC.
Okay.
Went to Paul Laurence Dunbar.
Yes.
Yeah, so
me
I'm
too.
a proud Dunbar.
What year you graduate?
92.
I graduated
Proud.
in '93.
Hell yeah, really?
Yes,
Oh,
we were
that's-
there at the same
that's
time.
good stuff. That's
Crimson
good stuff.
Tide.
That's good stuff.
See?
Yeah.
See
So-
why it's important for you to tell me who you are?
So grew up Southeast DC. Went to Dunbar. After Dunbar, I went to Florida A&M.
Okay.
Majored in engineering. After graduating from Florida A&M, I moved to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and that's how it all kind of kicked off. Worked in Miami for about 10 years. Did events in Miami for about 5, and I came on back home.
Now see.
Happy to be back. I've been back for 14 years. And
Good.
actually, that's how long I know been doing the takeover. So it was really 13 years because we ran back COVID years, so it's really been 14. So I've been back home 14 years.
For 14 years.
Yeah.
And see, so that's key because I didn't know that. I didn't know that you originated here, went to Miami. So that's basically how it started
Yep.
because you were technically living in Miami.
Yes.
You started building the relationships
Yes.
and doing the promoting. See, I didn't know that. So
Yes,
that's
yeah.
key.
A lot of people don't know
thank
that.
you for educating
A lot
us.
of people don't know I'm from DC unless you know me from high school, junior high, you know what I mean? But a lot of other people, once I began to make a name for myself, they thought that I was from Florida.
No, see, I thought it was the opposite.
So,
I thought you were from here
Okay.
and just kind of built yourself and made a name for yourself here and then ventured out to
Okay, I
other
got you.
partnerships in Miami.
I got
I
you.
didn't know that you originated here
Yeah.
and then at some point relocated to Miami and then started to build things.
Well,
and came back.
I've been throwing events since I was 16 though.
I know.
So you know, we were doing pool parties in Southeast back in 89, 90, and then you know this was
So what was your name when you were doing the pool parties? This was before the Miami.
right.
Okay, so what was your name before the pool parties? Or you was just this big promoter?
I really didn't have one.
No.
And I really didn't have one, and my friends gave me that once I moved to Miami.
Okay.
And they used to always make a joke. Oh, you think you Mr. Miami? You see what I'm saying? So when they came to town, I had so many connections that they started, joke. It started off as a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you Mr. Miami?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I am. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So then, but I had those relationships where the name, even from me not being there, it's still, I still have respect. And so, you know what I mean? People knew that, I'm just not a facade or I'm just not fugazi.
No, I get it. So my question to you is, because everybody doesn't have these skills and everybody isn't able. So for you being a Washingtonian, born and raised in DC, then relocating to Miami, what was it about you that you were able to make these connections so much so that you gained the notoriety and the respect to become this big thing, Mr. Miami Takeover?
It was a process. So take, for example, me going to Florida A&M, I had friends from Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So when I came to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, I had those relationships, and they had been the who's who in their neighborhoods back in the day.
Got it.
Or, those type of relationships I had. So I also had partners that played ball. They moved on to the NFL. So a lot of the NFL Dolphins and all that, they were in my entourage and friends of mine.
Yes.
So it all became full circle.
Okay.
So being able to mix the people that grew up there.
Yes.
To
Makes
the people
sense.
that also were movers and shakers there.
Yeah.
So you put all those together, and I'm a people's person. So I can put me in any room and I can pretty much excel. So
That's great.
So with that, I built the relationships. And another big point of mine, how I started was, if you know Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas, that used to be in D.C. on the radio. Lorenzo moved from D.C. to Miami.
Okay.
When Lorenzo moved to Miami, me and him began to throw parties. And we got the connection through Eric Taylor with EVIP list.
Gotcha.
So me and Lorenzo started throwing parties. People were coming in from D.C., would come to Miami, want to get in. I had connections, or I was doing events, and it just spiraled, built it slowly, and then, I always wanted to go band.
It took off overnight. I know you said it's a process, and of course,
It's been a process,
there always
definitely.
is a process.
I had a lot of learning curves.
I'm sure.
A lot of bumps and bruises in the road, and I'm
sure.
happy for every one of them that I got.
What would you say was your most challenging and learning experience through this process?
My most challenging learning experience, I'll never forget this, and everybody that knows me knows about this incident. It was when we first started to take over. I took probably about 300-400 people to Live. Live Miami is the hot spot. It's been the hot spot for years. This was when Live first started.
That's the club?
Yeah, it's a club
gotcha.
in the Fontaine Blue Hotel.
Okay.
So that's the party that all the rappers sing about on Sunday night.
So
we took 300-400 people to Live. It had just started. I had a great relationship with Mike Gardner and Louis Oliver. And we got to the door. No, actually, my guests got to the door before me. And we had a deal in place. They didn't honor the deal, not my partners, Louis and Mike, but the owner of the club, because he was building it up. He saw these people in the lobby, and he said, "Oh no, we charging tonight. We changing the time that it's free."
You can't do that.
So my people were a little upset.
Yeah, of course.
So at that point, I had to take a step back. It was very challenging because when you offer something to people and they don't get that,
Gotta fulfill it.
everybody's upset.
Yeah.
So I had to address the people, let them know that I'm not going in, we not going in. What the deal we had on it wasn't being honored, and we had to go and not go in. So I had to do a lot of PR.
Absolutely.
I had to really rebuild myself, rebrand myself, build the trust.
Wow.
So technically, I look at that as it could have ruined the takeover.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Could have ruined you.
And actually, that was on a Sunday.
Discouraged you.
It was an event that I didn't even have to put on the ticket.
Right.
The weekend was over. I was ready to celebrate.
That's true.
And so with that, you keep going. People
Great
push
learning
me.
experience.
People push me because I literally broke at that moment because when I'm a real people's person, I'm about delivering, I'm about giving and integrity. And when I wasn't able to do that and it had nothing to do with me,
Absolutely.
it's no worse feeling when you can't control your destiny. So
That's true.
from
That's
that point
a
on,
feeling.
I changed the blueprint. So what I did was now everything that we do, it's mine. So I
Absolutely.
have the club. I'm not sub-broken it out. I got the hotel. I'm not sub-broken it out. I learned
Smart
that.
guy.
That was
Yeah.
one of my learning experiences.
Great
Try to be
learning
in control of your own destiny.
Absolutely.
You know what I
That
mean?
is key. Yep, control the narrative, your own destiny. That's definitely key. I love that. So one thing I wanted to ask you, I know you said that, your friends started teasing you. It all started being a joke where people were saying, you think you missed Miami. So the concept behind Miami Takeover, is it just that, where you just go in and you just shut Miami down the whole weekend? Like, what is the concept behind the name?
The concept is giving people stress-free, great accommodations, great time, and putting them in the right place to have one of the best times they ever had in Miami.
Yes.
One of the things that I learned from people coming in and out of Miami is when they come to Miami, they come with a perception of what they think things should be. You have issues getting in the club. Your hotel isn't what you thought it was. It wasn't what the pictures said. So,
Okay.
I heard a lot of that. And I can truly say that I take pride in my team and us getting the best accommodations. We stayed in pretty much every beachfront property on the blocks that are on South Beach. We've also done almost every every one of the top venues in Miami, except for I have not gotten into Live and I have not gotten into Story, but it's not to say that we're not going to do that one day. So that will happen.
Because I was
will
going to say,
see a
so
Miami
what's next?
Takeover event in Live before I leave, trust me.
So what's next? Is there going to be another takeover somewhere else? Or?
Oh, we're going back this year.
Okay.
So this will be our 13th year.
I mean outside of Miami, because it seems like you've taken it over,
right,
and you've done almost everything there. Mm-hmm. So is there going to be another takeover somewhere else outside of Miami?
We try to do a winter takeover in the winter around our birthday times. My business partners are Capricorns.
Okay.
And one of the things that us as Capricorns never really get a chance to do is have a pool party in the wintertime. So we try to take everybody to warm spots.
Who wants to do that? Y'all want to have a pool party in the wintertime?
A lot of people doing the Deep Creek thing, but you know what I mean. So we like to go. We've been to Panama a few times.
I think it's a Capricorn thing.
So we've been to Panama a couple times, and we've been shopping different things. Cabo, we've been to Cabo, Cancun, those different places. We're trying to find where we want to go this year. Mm-hmm. Haven't really picked that spot yet. Okay. Because we've been putting so much effort into.
Well, whatever it is, I know once you put your hands on it, it's gonna be fire, for sure. Okay. I know that. Yeah, you said whatever you say, right? But it is, and you know it is. I went through some of the flyers that you guys have, and it seems like I've never experienced it, but I've always heard about it.
Right.
And it seems like you said, it's a great experience, a great time, the entire weekend. So it seems like it's things happening around the clock. So I saw something on your website that said it was like a party pass or a weekend pass. What does that mean, and what does that entail?
A party pass gets you in all the events that we have. Okay. And basically, no line, no wait.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? We take care of our people that have party passes because, like I said, I want to be stress-free. So I want you to come, put that armband on, and feel like I'm about to have the time of my life.
Yeah.
And, that's what we do.
And that's stress-free. Yeah. No line, no wait, you guys.
No line, no wait. Show your armband. And you
sign me up. Sign me up for sure.
I will.
I love that.
VIP treatment.
Yes.
VIP treatment.
That's what I'm talking about, right? VIP. Y'all heard that, right? VIP. I'm going to have to take you up on that for sure. Definitely. Before we get into that, so outside of you doing the Cabo or trying to do something for you Capricorns, what else is next for you guys?
Well, I will throw out there that we're doing the Orange Blossom Classic this year in Miami, Labor Day weekend.
Nice.
And Orange Blossom Classic is Florida A&M versus Jackson State.
Okay.
It's bringing back the Orange Blossom Classic that has not been there for almost 20 years.
Okay.
In Miami. They're going to be at Hard Rock Stadium. I'm one of the preferred promoters. We're going to run back a similar lineup that we got for TakeOver, but it's going to be more HBCU driven.
Oh, wow. So that's going to be nice.
Looking to give back to my FAMU, great school that got me where I am now. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's amazing. Definitely. Well, this interview is never long enough. So before we wrap up, tell everybody what your social media handles are and the website where they can go to get their tickets for Miami Takeover.
You can go to the website, www.themiamitakeover.com. And my handles are Wylie Killer on Instagram and Wylie Mr. Miami on Facebook.
All right, you guys heard it here. Mr. Wylie K himself. We will be right back after this break.
Saturday morning, July 24th, happening at Normandy Shores Golf Club. If you think you can get your Tiger Woods on, reserve your space in advance. Just go to themiamitakeover.com. Private lessons also available. The 13th annual Miami Takeover is back.
ready, baby.
The countdown is on for the 13th annual Miami Takeover, and the lineup just keeps getting better. Just added to the Go-Go Basil Festival, EU featuring Sugar Bear, and the crank's gonna be crazy as we celebrate for Sugar Bear's birthday. Alongside Bob Band, T.O.B., Black Passion, DJ Casper, DJ Boogie, DJ Frank White, and hosted by the Radio Crank Show. Come experience art, music, and culture Saturday, July 24th at Virginia Key Beach. The 13th annual Miami Takeover is back.
So this gonna be a hell of a takeover right here, baby. So this gonna be a hell of a takeover right here, baby. This is fire.
Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My next guest is a brand new author, and she is killing it with her books. They Think I Don't Know. Help me welcome Miss LaSonia Olden. Welcome. Welcome, TDIDK.
Thank you, my Chelley girl. Thank you for
You are
having
so
me.
welcome.
Yes.
So listen, I have been a fan for forever. I remember watching the first movie on Amazon, Boss.
Yes.
Then I was super excited because I didn't realize there was a Boss 2 right away.
Yes,
I
yes,
think it took me maybe like a couple weeks or a month to realize that there was like a Boss 2. But I was really even more excited because one left me feeling like, okay, there's got to be more.
It has to be.
So I just fell in love with your character. You were just so relatable, like so bossy, you know what I mean? Like demanding, like living up to the role and everything. So before we get into who you are and what's your story,
Okay.
how relatable is LaSonia to the boss?
I am not sweet.
You're not.
I am not sweet.
At
so
all,
far.
okay.
No, I'm not. I am bossy.
Okay.
But I am not
You're not
sweet.
sweets at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's good to know because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, but you were definitely a boss in the movie.
I appreciate
For
that.
sure.
I
So for you
embodied
guys
that
who
character.
haven't seen Boss 1 or Boss 2, be sure to check it out on Amazon Prime.
Please, yes.
Definitely
Amazon
check it
Prime.
out on Amazon Prime. So please tell everybody who LaSonia Olden is and what's your story.
Well, everyone, I am LaSonia Olden. I am a native Washingtonian. I grew
right.
up uptown, Clifton
Yes.
Terrace. Anyone?
I was
from
going
the
to say
Washington
break down
area?
Uptown. Where
Yes,
it could be
Clifton
anywhere.
Terrace.
Okay.
No, I'm for real, true uptown.
Okay.
No, Wylie, it's okay. But I
She
grew
said
up.
for real Uptown.
Yeah, for real uptown. I grew up Clifton Terrace. I moved 14th and Clifton.
Okay.
I am a Cardozo clerk.
All right now.
It's okay. I love my Dunbar.
I was getting ready to say, we
I
give
love
it
my
to y'all
Dunbar,
all the time.
and it's
always
funny.
rivals. Yes.
You're right. I'm surrounded by Dunbar Crimson Tide, and I am surprised that nothing taken, but a lot of people from Southeast
Yeah.
attended Dunbar. I noticed that uptown thing. It's okay.
And when Wylie said that earlier, I'm like, Southeast, that's normally like Anacostia. Like, I didn't even want to get into that, how you were able to go to Dunbar. But
And
because it was the best school.
One
Like,
of
that
the
was
best.
the place, that
It's
was
one of
the
the
best school.
I know you, but that's your alma mater. I know. And it's funny, when I first met Wylie, when he told me he went to Dunbar, I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see that the work ethic shows in a lot of your Crimson Tides.
Yes.
Gil Nelson,
I didn't know Gil
Yeah.
went to Dunbar.
Vernon Martin, my hairstylist.
I know
I'm
Vernon.
surrounded.
Yes.
Yes.
And your hair looks amazing.
Ah,
Shout out to Vernon. He
No,
definitely-
actually, Vernon did not do this.
Okay.
Blanche at Blanche Braiding.
Okay.
She did this. Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Really good job. So finish telling us your story.
Like I said, I'm a Washingtonian. I grew up Clifton Terrace. I am a mother of 3, a grandmother of 1.
You don't look it.
Yes,
You look beautiful.
yes.
What's
Thank
your
you.
secret?
Sleep. Anyone knows me know I love to sleep. So
You
if
didn't get that body sleeping. What's your secret? Because you look good.
I haven't
With
eaten
3
pork.
kids.
I haven't eaten pork in 29 years.
Okay.
I've been meat free, chicken, beef, everything for like a year and a half now.
Okay.
I don't have a problem getting up and getting on the bike.
Right.
I have a stationary bike during quarantine. A lot of people chose a lot of different devices. Mine was self-care.
Absolutely.
So I done
And
get
that's very
everything for
important.
self-care. And
Very important.
you know, when I'm in the house, it's a lot of time. We spend a lot of time in the house. So my thing is, if I'm in the house, I'm not doing nothing. That same time, 45 minutes, I'm sitting on the
the
sofa.
bike.
I'm on the bike,
That's
and I'm
true.
at like 11 miles in.
That's easy.
After 4 years, easy.
Easy. No, that
Yes.
makes sense. So what made you decide to change your diet? Was it because of quarantine or just health goals for yourself or?
So originally, I stopped eating pork off a bet. A couple of my girlfriends, Yodi and Nita, said, let's see who can stop eating pork the
Was
longest.
it hard giving it up?
No.
It wasn't?
It's all, I'm very, in my mind, when I'm set to something,
Yep.
I can go with it. So every year, I cleanse my spirit. I start at the beginning of every year, I start with a fast.
You do the Daniel fast or just the fast?
I do the Daniel fast, but I don't just do the Daniel fast. I do everything in the Daniel fast. No television for 21 days, no radio.
Wow.
I go right back to
Amen.
the earth.
Yeah.
No form of communication, nothing that is going to distract me from my goal. So, and every year when I do it, this last year, it was chicken. So when I came off of it, it was
Still didn't eat it.
not a desire. This year, as you and I had these conversations before, it was deliverance and exposure. So I just
Absolutely.
asked God for 2021 to deliver me
That
out of the
part,
yokes
yes.
that's holding me bound and expose me to what you have for me.
Amen.
And He's been doing it look,
Amen.
from my mouth
He's able,
to
for sure.
His ears, and I've been blessed.
Amen.
So
I love that. So tell us and everybody that's listening, because I know everybody has been waiting for this interview,
yes.
what inspired you to write They Think I Don't Know?
Okay. It's funny. I was just speaking with one of your execs here. I woke up in the middle of the night, just coming off the high, like I said in 2013, coming off the high of going to experience the American Black Film Festival.
Okay.
Filming with Mitch. I had just received my undergrad a year prior to that.
Amen.
So it was just so much, and the dragon, the speech to text, I got up and just started talking. From 1:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the morning, They Think I Don't Know.
So you started this back in 2013. Was your goal at that point to write a book, or you were just speaking into the dragon thoughts at that particular time?
At that time when I wrote it, it was whatever my mind was on, whatever it could bring, whether it was a short story, whether it was a play, whether it was a movie. And I did send it out to a couple of people that was out in LA. And one thing they kept telling me is just keep writing, build your characters, build your characters. So 7 years later, building my character, and I'm very spiritual. I'm very spiritual, and God led me into a certain place on November the 13th. And I spoke with a beautiful young lady. And meeting this beautiful young lady, and this beautiful young lady is Chelley Roy, you all. Just to be clear, is Chelley Roy. You played a big part in They Think I Don't Know.
Oh, thank you.
So, I am humbly grateful, always grateful to you and God that
Thank you.
He brought us together.
Absolutely.
And you encouraged me, you gave me the strength. It was, like you said, are you Sonia? And I said yes. And then we had a conversation, and I told you what I wanted. Instantly, you pulled out your phone. You didn't hesitate. So when I told you...
Because it doesn't hurt to share. I want to see my people, the people in my community, people that are surrounding me win, grow. It's not going to hurt me to share.
I wish I seen or met so many other women like you within the last 7 years.
It's not going to hurt me to share. We're both authors, and like I explained to you, the people that are going to be drawn to you, you're going to draw them to you, and vice versa.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
And so happy for you. You're so talented. even in you building your characters and just building your format and just building your story. Like, I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
From the time we had that conversation, from the time we hit, or you hit the go button, you've just been going.
And that was
now
less
your book
than
is
10
out.
days after I talked to you.
Yeah,
Less than 10 days. So
I absolutely love that. So tell everybody, you not only have the book, you have a bundle, right?
okay, so what the bundle was, and a lot of people don't know about the bundle because it was limited. It was only
Okay.
for 100 people.
Okay.
And with the bundle, as you all, as you know, the bundle came with, I made the wine. I made
very
it from
talented,
scratch.
yes.
I fermented it for 6 weeks. It was a peach Chardonnay, 10.5%, and as well
It
as
was really
a
good, too.
raspberry
Yes.
sangria. That was 14.5%. I did a pre-sale.
Which
And
was smart.
Which was smart, and I thank each and every last 100 people who bought it.
Amen.
And within it, you get your book, you get your wine glass, your journal, your pen, your book, and 'cause
Branded.
it's definitely
I
a
love it.
must read. And you're going to talk about it. You want to write notes.
That's wonderful.
It's hot. Yeah.
No, the book is a must read. It's juicy. She has a wild and vivid imagination, guys. So make sure that you go get the book. And even with the bundle, it was so well thought out. It was so well put together. The packaging, the branding, the promoting. And when I saw you promoting, doing your things like dropping off, your bundles to your customers, was such a great feeling just to see my sister win.
Yes.
You know
I'm
what I
very
mean?
hands-on in everything that I do. Sometimes it feels like I'm taking on more than I can, but the reward is I'm up close, personal
be.
with my
It's
my
your
people.
baby.
And
Yeah.
she is definitely my baby.
Yeah, it's your baby. You have to. You have to guard it with your life, and you have to be hands-on.
Yeah.
So I love that. So the characters, when you first launched the book,
Okay.
your family and your friends,
Yes.
what were their response? Did people somewhat identify with themselves in the book? Were they like, are you talking about me, Sonya? Like, who is this? Like, who are you talking about? Like, what was the response that you got?
So I got a couple of calls. I did. But I always want everyone to remember this is a urban fiction book. So
Yes.
being urban fiction, we all grew up in an urban neighborhood.
Sure.
We all experienced, if we did not experience, we know someone
Exactly.
in these characters.
Of
And
course.
that's why I think it's so relatable, and it's a page turner from what I was told.
It
It's a
is.
page turner. You can't put it down when you pick it up. By the time you put it down, the book is over and they want more.
It's an easy
It's
read.
just, and over the 7 years, let me say this, it is a fiction. I did sprinkle life experiences, life moments, some good, some bad, and some is just, woo,
Yes, yes.
it's there. So,
That's
and I
true.
think that's what makes it a really good
Interesting
read.
book. It is really relatable.
Yes.
Really good book. You can't put it down.
And
it's
it's,
a page turner.
I just want to give a little bit, if you don't mind,
Sure,
of the
yes.
story for those who haven't read it. The story has been told from Danielle T. White point of view. About her and her 4 friends that grew up in Uptown DC, Clifton Terrace. They go through trust, betrayal, overcoming, but we as humans, we go through that in life. In life, but what I like about these women, they are beautiful, black, prominent women. And they're doing it. But even when you're doing it, you still have trials and
Yeah, you do.
tribulations. You have
There's gonna be
relationships,
challenges no matter what.
friendships. And even in relationships, we as females, we talk.
Yes.
We give tips, and sometimes you really give your tips to those who you can trust, and you
Absolutely.
know that it's secure, and that fire burning in somebody's household,
Absolutely.
relationship, or whatever later that day.
Absolutely.
So that's what I am. I'm very into myself. I'm into
Right.
people. So I think everyone who read this book would definitely
Walk away with some tips.
they're going to walk away some
Some
tips. They're going to
tricks,
grab a
educated.
fan. They're going to grab some ice water. They're going to do it all. And then not only that, they're going to be on the edge of their seats.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a head turner.
Yes.
For sure.
I'm going to give you one moment. While I was writing the book, and I told you, you and I, this is not just us. We are in real life.
Yeah.
So in our conversation, I told you I read one part of the book and started crying. I was crying so hard I thought I was at somebody's funeral.
Because it's that real.
And I had to get it together. I said, girl, what are you crying for? You know these people are not real. You done made these people up and you in here crying over somebody you don't even know.
But that's good, though.
So that lets me know.
Because you want to take the reader on the journey.
Yeah.
You want to get them that in tune with it.
Yes.
Where there is that emotion and that reaction there. So
And
you
it's a
did a
good one.
good job with that.
Thank you.
You
Thank
did a good job with that. So what do you feel some of your success habits were as it relates to you writing the book?
Completing it.
That's a big one.
It was completing it.
That's a big one.
Because as you know, as a writer, when you write something, your biggest fear is not completing it.
Yes.
And it's times when I wrote, I'll write for a week or I'll write for 2 weeks. And then it was times where I didn't write for 2-3 months. And it was the fear of actually completing it.
Completing it, yeah.
So my success out of it was to complete it.
That's a big one, though, because
Yeah.
like you said, oftentimes we start something and then we're not able to finish it. And that's a tip that I give to a lot of my clients when they come to me and, you know, I mentor them with regards to how to write their book. I always tell them, one, just keep writing.
Keep writing.
No matter what, keep writing. But also pick a time and a place that works for you to write. If it's one day a week on a Sunday by the window in that space where you can just create, just keep writing and just pick a time.
And my time is funny. My time was 4 o'clock in the morning.
I remember you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
And that's when you feel like you were most productive. But that's the thing.
Yes.
Whatever time works for you when you feel like you're in that creative space.
And
That's
when I
the
got
important
up
part.
4 in the morning, I would start to write. And this is my regimen. I read daily devotionals every morning.
Got it.
And I send it out to over 200 to 250 people daily. So during those times
And I am
when
a
I was writing,
recipient of
you
those,
are a
and they bless me
recipient.
daily. So keep
So
those
sometimes I
coming.
sent it at 4:30, Wylie. Sometimes I sent it at 5 because Wylie is a recipient too of the messages. I send it out, and that brings me joy.
No, it
It
helps.
brings me joy, and I think that's what helped me complete my book.
Right.
It was him guiding me, and when I say him, it was God guiding me the whole way.
Amen.
Let me just touch on support with my family. My family was very supportive.
Okay. Which is
with me.
good.
At times, I am a little selfish.
So let me ask you a question as you're talking about the support from your
Okay.
family. So I know you had started writing and kind of journaling and getting your thoughts and stuff out back in 2013. When you decided that, okay, it's a go, I'm going to do this book, when you talk to your family about it, how did they receive it?
I can't wait, Ma. Finally. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, whatever you want,
Yes.
babe. My significant other, my stronghold, Joe.
Yes.
Babe, whatever you want. I'm happy that you're there. Don't stop.
That's wonderful.
Don't stop.
That's what's needed, a good support system, for sure.
And like I have good girlfriends. One of my closest friends is Gil's wife, Pam.
Okay.
Now, quiet, so peaceful. I'll give her something and she'll read it. And she'll come back and it's like, okay, give me more. Well, this, and I want more. I need detail. I'm not the 1 to 3. I need 2, 2.5, 2 3/4. I need everything.
Everything.
So it was encouraging. A lot of my girlfriends, hey babe, how are you? You know, just sitting, sending you encouraging messages.
That's great.
That is, that was very supportive. You and I, you created a once a month thing that we go out and we talk about it and
just
just
have to
get together.
connect.
So
Yeah.
I had a great support system. I really did.
That is really good.
I really did.
Really good. So for me, I know you said you used the dragon.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to start working on my second book,
Okay.
starting probably in August. So I didn't use like the talk to text or the dragon or anything like that. So I think for me this time, that may be my approach.
I promise
So that I could get more done faster. So with all of the great feedback that you've gotten with people wanting more and it just being, a page turner, what's next? Is this going to be a trilogy or like what's next?
Well, there will be more coming. Right now, I'm riding on this.
Yes.
I am letting this play out. I want, we have so many, I'm working with Timeless Entertainment, and we have so much other stuff that it's not just going to stop at this book. It's not going to stop at the journal,
It
the bookmark,
shouldn't.
the pen, the wine.
I
It
love
has
it.
so many other layers, and I'm looking so forward looking to journey out and to do more.
I can't wait to see what's next. So are you going to do a book tour or book signing or?
I am.
Okay.
I have been speaking with a couple of people with my book signing, museum being one.
Yes.
Greg LeGreg, definitely looking to do that. I want to go into different states, different
And you
cities.
can.
You know I love to talk.
And you can do that.
And you know I love to talk. So I'm looking to get out
And you
into
will
the
be great
public
at
and
it.
talk to people.
Yes, you will be great at it because you're creative, you love people, and then people like to connect in person. So to be able to sit in front of you and people get to tell you how your book made them feel and how relative it is, that's going to be great.
Yes.
That's going to be really great. So before we get your social media handles, tell everybody what your website is and where they can go purchase They Think I Don't Know.
Yes. Well, my website is ttidk.com. My social medias is ttidk2021 on Facebook and Instagram, as well as you can find my book also at Amazon Book, Amazon Kindle, ttidk.com, ttidk2021 on Instagram, where you can DM me. Only thing you have to do is DM me, and I'm on my way. You will definitely get your good read.
Absolutely love it. Now tell everybody what your social media handles are.
And again, my social media handles is ttidk2021 on Instagram and Facebook. Only One Sonia on Instagram. LaSonia Olden on Instagram and Facebook. My email, ttidk2021@gmail.com. And I am at WhatsApp. We can chat. Let's chat. Hit me up.
Don't you guys just love her? You guys make sure you check out They Think I Don't Know on Amazon and also theythinkidon'tknow.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much to all of my guests, Dr. Eric Holmes, Mr. Miami Takeover himself, Mr. Wylie K, and last but not least, Miss LaSonia Olden. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Do you or anyone you know have a business or a brand you want to promote? Would you like to be a guest or be a part of our studio audience? If so, contact us at the Chelley Roy Show at gmail.com or contact us on Instagram at the Chelley Roy Show. Can't wait to hear from you.